In this lecture, we'll learn more about managing rotation utilizing both the dope sheet keyframes and animation curves. Let's do a quick fix before we move on, adding additional features to our timeline. I noticed that my mesh inside of my model wasn't actually completely zeroed out on its transform, specifically its positional transform. So double checking, let's make sure our model is zeroed out, 0, 0, 0. Perfect. Let's also make sure our mesh is also zeroed out positionally. So 0, 0, 0. We might need to do some finessing with our player rig on our master timeline. Let's just give it a play, make sure everything looks okay so far. Looking good. Let's add an additional 10 to 15 seconds or so total, and we'll take some advantages of some additional resources using the dope sheet with keyframes and the curves tool. What do I mean by that? Well, if you go into your player animator, the animation itself, you can either double click this or you can actually right click, and I think there's an option, edit animation window. It'll take you to the exact same place. We've got our dope sheet tab, which is what we're looking at now, but we've also got curves that we could take advantage of. If you ever click into your curves and you can't quite see all the keyframes, just go ahead and with the curves selected, you can just hit the F key and it'll zoom out and make sure that everything is in view. Very similar to focusing on a game object in our scene view. So just like our dope sheet, we can scrub along, but we can have a little bit more control over the exact curves that we want to take advantage of. I find it helpful specifically with rotation. So for example, let's say around this curve, we want to rotate it a little bit on the Z-axis to kind of give myself a little bit of movement. Right when we start to bank around and turn to the right, let's say right about here, with the record button clicked, I can actually just start to change my rotation on my Z-axis a little bit, including my camera, so on my entire player rig, to kind of give it the effect that we're banking around and turning right to make everything a little bit more realistic. Now I'm doing this slowly over here. You can actually see what's happening on the curve value. You can actually see that bending back and forth. If you'd ever like to make everything not so linear, with one of these keyframes selected, you can take advantage of the handles as well. That way it's not quite smoothly moving from top to bottom. You could even make it really drastic. Let's just see what that looks like, even though I'm not going to quite like it, I don't think. Hey, you know what? That actually didn't look too bad. However, we went way too far in the opposite direction. Maybe if you liked this effect right here, but you didn't like this effect right here, you could take this handlebar and drag this way down. Now, I think this is going to look a little bit silly, but let's just kind of give you an example of what it looks like. Let's just click the play button as we go through. Yep, wobbling back and forth. For this instance, we want it to probably be a bit more linear, but that was a nice quick visual to see what the curve handles achieve. So let's keep going. Let's add an additional 10 to 15 seconds, taking both advantage of both our dope sheet and our curves tab. Okay, let's first add an additional 5 or so seconds together, and then I'll introduce you to your challenge so you can have some time to experiment on your own. We'll wrap up my 10 to 15 seconds, and then we'll move forward. All right, so first let's do some positional movement first. I think right around the 7 or so second mark. It doesn't need to be perfect. I'd like to position my ship right around the edge of this mountain, maybe down here. We can move it down a little bit, and then just angle it here so it's rotated in the position that we're flying. We'll just kind of get that into roughly the right spot. Now we'll see what this looks like. I think we're going to need to finesse the angles a little bit. Actually, that's not looking too bad. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good if I just scrub through my keyframes. Now, if you ever find your ship is moving too fast or too slow, you can actually just grab all of these keyframes. You could even just click the top one at the very top. If you just want position, you can click this one here. If you want all the rotation, you can click this one here and it'll grab all the ones below. If you ever find that everything is moving too fast or too slow, you can just grab these keyframes or the one at just the very top and just scoot them along the dope sheet. So if you want it to move a little bit slower, for example, drag it way out here to make a point, and you click play, everything's going to start moving way slower, and vice versa. If you want it to bank around something really fast, you can just tighten it right up, click play, and it's going to move a lot faster along your player rig timeline. So I think mine was about right around the 7 or so second mark. Give it a quick play, see what that looks like. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. It's not perfect. We'll finesse it a little bit later on. And then around the 12 second mark or so, I want my player ship to go all the way around the mountain from around there to roughly about there. Let's rotate it to kind of get it into the right position. And then we'll finesse it along the way. Right about there looks pretty good to me. Now, I have a feeling it's not going to transition very well from here to there. We might even clip the mountain. You know, it didn't really clip the mountain, but it looks a little bit goofy. You can kind of see that it's linearly moving positionally from this point A all the way to point B, but the rotation doesn't really make sense. The ship is almost kind of like gliding along like you would expect a car in Tokyo Drift. So it looks a little bit goofy. I don't really want it to start rotating until maybe around here. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to click the rotation that I had here at point A. That's this rotation here. Maybe I actually want something even around there. So what I'm actually going to do is right here, this is where I want my rotation to be, moving from about there to maybe around the 10-second mark. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a rotation key. Add key, I've got my rotation saved right here. I want to keep my rotation the same from about there to maybe about there. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to click this rotation keyframe, Control C to copy, and then right around here, I'm just going to paste it. Boom. That's not going to take the position from where we started at point A, just the rotation. That way it looks a little bit more natural that the ship is kind of flying a little bit straight. And then right around here, it's going to actually start to rotate. And I think that looks pretty good. All we want to do next is right around here, roughly towards the halfway point, maybe slightly offset to the left. I can then also add a little bit of Z rotation with the camera, just kind of banking it around this hard turn. And if I scrub along, I think that's going to look pretty good for now. Yep, that looks pretty good to me. Let's give everything a play from the start to see what we can adjust. So all the way from 0, let's click play. We could finesse it as much or as little as we'd like, but for now, I think that looks okay at the beginning. We can adjust it as we go. And then from there to there, it's probably a little bit close to the mountain. We can do some additional finessing. Not bad. We could definitely use some work, but I think we're off to a great start. Which will introduce you to this lecture's challenge. Animate the first 10 to 15 seconds of your player rig movement. Let's take advantage of both the animation dope sheet, modifying and adjusting your keyframes, as well as your curves tab. Give yourself some room in your flight path for your first enemies around the 3 to 10 second mark. You don't need to follow exactly what I'm doing. Just make sure that with a combination of your player flight path with your terrain, you'll have some room to fly some enemies in the next few lectures. It's definitely going to take some practice. Be forgiving on yourself. It's going to take some work. For now, pause the video. I'll see you back here in a few moments. All right, welcome back. I'm going to go ahead and create about 13 to 15 seconds or so. I'm just going to bank around to this one more mountain. We'll just keep it really simple before we move on. With my record still selected, I'd like to be about here. I'm just going to rotate it just a little bit more so we're looking towards kind of where we want to go, right around there or so. It's not perfect, but we'll definitely adjust things as we go. For now, I'm ready to add some enemy spaceships and have some timeline inception, stacking timelines inside of timelines, and I can't wait to see you on the next lecture. We'll see you there.